Thanks, Henry. Sunday marked a special milestone, being the 116th anniversary of Scouting in America. At Stout United Methodist Church, Scouts celebrated Scout Sunday, honoring both their history and the churches that support the troop. Allison Powers shows us how this program continues to shape young leaders more than a century later.
It started with a good deed on a foggy London street in 1910, when a scout helped American businessman William D. Boyce and refused a tip, according to Scoutmaster of Troop 12, Christopher Burke. He says that simple act of kindness inspired Boyce to bring scouting to America.
He was just amazed at this scout doing a good turn daily, so he brought the program back to the United States, and with a little help from other people here, he started it.
Now, 116 years later, Scouts at Stout United Methodist Church are keeping that tradition alive.
We're kind of saying thank you to the churches who are our charter organization as well, the help that they give us as a troop, but as well as we turn around and do that good turn daily and help out the church too.
For Eagle Scout Zachary Phillips, who's been in scouting for 13 years, the program taught him more than camping.
Public speaking is a really important thing. Just basic skills, like I didn't know how to cook when I was 14 until I was taught. Gun safety, world history, really anything like that, just overall really rounded.
Burke says while the program has evolved, the core mission hasn't changed.
116 years teach scouts to be good citizens, good reverent scouts, as well as taking care of themselves and become strong leaders.
Phillips says the confidence has opened doors he never expected to open.
If I wasn't in this program, there would have been so many opportunities that I wouldn't have.
In Parkersburg, this is Allison Powers with WTAP News. This is home.